giving the coughs and shit out.
Waving through the crowd. Jumping, jamming, waving through the crowd.
I'm turned up, tryna fuck some. See a pack of bad bitches twerking like they own some. Dancing in the cut, holding hands, no cups. Got me wavy with a bottle like you yams pour up. Tryna get them hoes drunk, I'm acting hella burnt. I didn't drink a whole fit before the club and hit the blunt. I'm tryna eat some munch, said I'll eat it right here, then beat it down in the truck. No love, all lust. I'm in the club tryna nut down the fuck her whole crew. Whole backside slut, let me show you how I do. I'm slurping on the pussy like a peach full of juice. Tongue tickling on the click, got her legs going stewy. Let's get rich.
All right. California edition. This is our radio. Gardina's finest. Dead Fresh Crew. 2 of 3 a Dead Fresh Crew. Snax, Johnny. Missing T. Lee in action. But we're going to go on. Anyway, so behind Dead Fresh Crew, how did it start? At first it was Brainstorm, correct?
Yeah. We started with Brainstorm. In 2007, we started with Brainstorm. And then on the back, I remember on the back of those shirts, on just like the people in our crew, we would put Dead Fresh Crew logo on the back. But the ones we sold to everybody else, it didn't have that on there. So that was kind of like our exclusive thing. Okay. And that was really the start of like making Dead Fresh Crew an exclusive clothing brand. And yeah, that was the start. Started at Brainstorm.
Started at Brainstorm. Then on top of that, it changed to Dead Fresh Crew. Like, what changed you from Brainstorm then Dead Fresh Crew?
That's where we learned business.
Yeah, and before we even go further, it's more than 3 Dead Fresh Crew. Me, Johnny, and T. Lee were like the group. Like doing music, but as far as Dead Fresh Crew, it's definitely more than 3. Brainstorm, before we even got to Dead Fresh Crew from Brainstorm, was it Notebook Doodles first, or was it?
Well, that's what I was gonna get into. Like, that's where we learned.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like, that's where we learned like the business. So, yeah, like we had Brainstorm at first, and then what happened was we was rocking for like, it was like a good year or so. We was going downtown making t-shirts, messing with this guy named Francisco.
Right.
He was doing the printing for us at that time. And we were going to this other guy named Adrian doing the graphics. And we had people coming to the house for like a year coming up. We had a block party. We made a bunch of shirts, sold out. Like, everything was going great. And then we learned that Brainstorm was already trademarked as like a clothing brand. Because we were going to trademark it, because we was like, all right, we got something, we going. And we learned that it was already trademarked. So that was like our first like, oh shit moment. Like, right. Damn, we gotta reroute. So it was like, long story, much longer.
Long story short, you know what?
It was like, basically what it was, like, it went from Brainstorm, and then like we tried a bunch of different names, Notebook, blah, 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 blah. But we like, he was always on my head saying like, just use Dead Fresh Crew, bro. Just use Dead Fresh Crew. And I was like, I don't really sound like a clothing line name, you know what I mean? So I was like, all right, finally, after going through Notebook Doodle, after going through Bill Bird, after going through all these different names that we was just trying out, just trying to find something that was similar to Brainstorm, because we had this whole classroom thing that we was trying to rock with. He was just like, just use Dead Fresh Crew. People like it, bro. They asked for the sweater. I was like, all right, boom. We went with it, and then this was like maybe like 2009, 2010-ish, maybe even 2011. So this was like maybe 3 or 4 years after we had done Brainstorm that we settled on Dead Fresh Crew as the clothing line name. And we were just learning throughout that process, like going from having somebody print our stuff to buying our own machinery and stuff like that. Going through the process and learning how to print, like not going to any classes or anything, just really like hands-on, learning through mistakes, just printing on a bunch of different stuff. Going through in that time I went overseas and like set up, that's when the website first opened. Like I was sleeping on my cousin's couch in Portugal, and like I really couldn't sleep because I was just like broke in another country. So I was just like, I don't know, I just needed something to do. And he had a computer, so I just started like doing the website, like basic coding.
Right.
I'm not gonna say I'm like a super coder or
Right.
anything like that, but basic coding and put together the website. And then somebody actually bought a T-shirt, and I was like, oh shit, like.
So you was overseas, like on a whole. You said over, not in Gardena, like far away from
Yeah,
Gardena, far away from
long,
Gardena.
long,
Obviously
long.
not Gardena, far away from Gardena.
Yeah, this was like, that's why I say it probably came together in like 2011-ish, because like 2011 is when, like, okay, we had the machines and everything like that.
Right.
And then finally, like, I was like, okay, I need to go do something, like build a business plan and stuff like that,
Right,
like
right,
really
right.
like bring it all home.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I had got some money from doing like some modeling gigs I got.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, all right, I'm gonna just take this money, I'm gonna buy my ticket, and I'm gonna just go like to Spain, basically.
Jeez.
And I was like, part of that was I wanted to meet my family in Portugal. So I bought a ticket, I went over there, and I think I spent like a little over a month over there. And it was really just, I had like a business plan book. I was just taking little journeys, walking. I would come back, do a little bit, write a little bit, try to figure it out, do some numbers. And then, yeah, like, and that, like, not to go all the way into the story, but like I had lost my wallet while I was over there, like on the way to Portugal. So on the way, like I missed my flight and everything. So I was kind of like about to be homeless in another country.
Sheesh.
And so I was walking back on the freeway, and I finally made it back to like this little hostel I was staying in, and they would let me sleep on the floor and stuff like that. And then that's when I threw away everything. So I had like the book I threw that away. I threw away all my clothes, stuff like that. And then I just had like my clothes that I had on. I saved like a T-shirt or like one outfit. And then I made it to Portugal. And then that's why I said while I was there, I really didn't have like anything, and like my mind was just so many different things that I really just couldn't sleep while I was at my cousin's house. I think I had got sick before I got there. So I just started doing the site, and then that shit came together like that.
So literally a struggle and a grind to actually get where you guys are today.
To survive.
To survive.
That was
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That was literally like
They
survival.
should have went into it
Yeah.
since we got time, but
I mean, I would, but I always try to keep it like, because the story is like way, like it was a cool, like for me, it helps like tell, because
so
I feel
much
like
story.
it embodied the struggle, you know what I mean? Like it embodied like write your own destiny, embody like what it is.
it brought meaning back to what we was doing.
Right. You actually have a store in Japan?
Yeah,
If I'm
well,
correct?
like they a distributor, like
A
they buy
distributor.
it wholesale
Okay.
and then like resell it out
Okay.
there.
But then you have stores out here. Is it Laced and
Lace, and then
what is it?
there's one in Louisiana, 7 Stitches, and I think that's it. Yeah, that's it.
So the whole process, I mean, from going to grinding in Portugal on your cousin's couch to where you are now,
Yeah.
then also keeping like your head up with the, okay, we lost our name from Brainstorm. Like that was a grind itself. Like to actually keep it up.
Yeah.
To actually keep it up and actually say, okay, I'm gonna still do this. I'm gonna
Yeah.
still go ahead. I'm gonna still do this. I'm gonna still rock with the clothing and just the whole setup within itself. Like that's a salute within itself, man.
I appreciate it. I didn't even think about it like that.
Yeah, it's a
like-
grind. It's a
yeah.
grind.
It's because the struggle is like, and I think that's what's one cool thing about the message and like the people buying it in Japan and stuff like that, because they like it because it's like they feel the struggle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they like that's what we like about it is the fact that it represents like, you know, going through the struggle, like embracing the struggle.
Right. All the stuff behind the artwork and all the stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's
is
what
dope.
that trip was like. I feel like I like that story because it embodies like that message and like going through that and being on the other side. Because I was literally about to like sleep on a street in another country.
Right. Yeesh. All right. So Johnny, you have an upcoming collection, a new upcoming collection. You have more women apparel, I would say, leggings, things of that nature. So break down like all the what's coming up in this collection. Like what can we see from this collection?
Just trying not even new stuff, just ideas we had, and put them out because of new like opportunities, basically.
Right.
Like it's ideas we already had, ideas I've been drawing up from like maybe years ago, but it's just like the time it took for us to find the different factories and really information to get these ideas out in the best quality, improving the quality. And then each collection, like the Rainbow collection, is just something that we saw. We saw a high-end pair of sweats that we wanted, and we like, instead of going to pay $600 for those, we'll just make our version of what that would be with the same quality. And then boom, we got a whole collection from that, which is a new Rainbow collection with the Retro and Destiny,
Retro and Destiny.
Embroidered across the front. So we got that collection.
Jogger collection.
The joggers. The D, like he got the D. Those is new. Just having the die cut, the subtle Ds. Like a lot of people don't want their clothes to be loud, like especially me. So, you know, the subtle D is a nice collection. Then we have the damn, why can't I think of it right now? You just said it. The joggers. I mean,
the leggings.
Not the joggers. The leggings.
The leggings.
Yeah. The leggings that we trying out. Shout out to my boy McQueen. That's something that he really wanted to dive into, and he, you know, took on that design himself, which was really cool because he's excited to see that, and that goes back to us finding factories.
Right.
Because that was a sublimation factory that we found to get those made in downtown, you know, and it's funny because like the way I found it always makes me laugh. Like I tell people, it was this Asian guy. I was downtown, and they had, you know, basketball shorts and sports stuff in there, like stuff that I was like, okay, I want to make something like that. So I went in there. I'm like, hey, can you make this idea? I show him. You're like, nah, we just do these basic ones that you see right here, but, you know, I know where you can get them made at. I'm like, oh, you know, let me know. And he told me, like, the cross streets where it was. I was like, oh, okay. And I was just asking him different questions, like, all right, where can I, you know, asking him about the trim, different stuff. I'm like, so where you say it was called again? Like, where do I got to go? And I guess his wife heard him, like, telling me too much information, and she said something in their language. And then when I asked him, he just started like acting like he didn't speak English no more. I'm like, bro, you just told me where it was. He's like, oh, you know, I was like, oh, bro, like she just told you not to tell me. Huh? Yeah, I was like, damn. So I was like, that should be cutthroat, man. Like they really don't want to give you like, you know, too much information to help you because they want you to, you know, obviously come to them.
Right.
So that's like another win just in those yoga pants. Like I say that to say like getting out ideas, that's another win because we're able to do other sublimation ideas like basketball shorts that we have, like a collection of basketball shorts. I drew some and posted them. It was just an idea at first, but now instead of having to go to China, we could just go downtown LA and get them made. And you can actually see them be made, see the process, save money on shipping. So it's just cool stuff like that coming out. You know, different art pieces, like I like to paint.
Right.
So I got like 25 paintings.
So I know, did you paint that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I drew this one. I drew this one just like a stencil. It was actually for a song that me and him did together called Nigga Whatever. And it was about like, I think it was, the hook was something like, you got your money out, or throw some of that money out.
Son of what in my spot.
Yeah, like you got your. It was something like just having being flashy, but like let's see what you really about. You know what I mean? Like you being flashy, but let's see what you really about. Like, and then it ended up coming together because I seen this movie called Red Belt, and the opening scene, it's like a karate movie, and the opening scene he says, "A man distracted is a man defeated." And out of that whole little scene, that just caught me because I was like, dang, that's a cool ass, like, I don't know, that sounds
But
like,
it matches though at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it all came together because I was like, damn, that's a dope ass quote. Like, a man distracted is a man defeated. And I was like, man, that's like, I could think of so many times where I was distracted. So just him being in the classroom distracted By, you know, out of all things I could have put right there, I just put a girl, a stripper, and money. But I mean, you could think of plenty of things that somebody could be distracted by.
Of course.
So, yeah, man, it's just different art. Like, tie that back into what I was saying, like putting different art pieces, like trusting like my own artistic vision, or like you know, not being scared to really show that, and putting different artwork on T-shirts. You know, trying different ideas and not be afraid to put them out. Just having people at least be able to judge them. You know what I mean? And not just having them for yourself. Like, all right, it's dope seeing people, you know, pop up now on your phone and they wearing it, like people you don't know. Or you see, my dad was like, he was at the gas station and a girl had on a Dead Fresh Crew sweater that he didn't recognize.
Yeah,
so
I was at my
like different stuff like that.
I was at.
That's cool.
I was in Santa Monica on a pier, and I seen like some random guy with the new the fish tank, I believe, the fish tank, the DFC.
Yeah.
And I happened to I was wearing my shorts, and I just looked and I was like, oh, like dang, that's weird. And I didn't know who the guy was. I was like, I don't know if Johnny know this person, but like you could see everybody's into it. Like I see it everywhere, like almost everywhere. And it's, like I said, the growth of it is crazy. That's
cool, because it took, like, honestly, it's cool to hear you talk about it, because it's like from the outside, I mean from the inside looking out, it's like sometimes it's hard, at least for me. I don't want to speak for him, but it's hard for me to see like how people perceive it. Yeah. So for me, it's just like I'm in here just printing or drawing, or I'm just looking at, you know, it's like natural, just natural human nature. I'm looking at other people who do what I do, and I'm like, damn, I want to do, like, I want to be there, I want to be there, I want to be able to do this, that. Right. But then that goes back to the struggle and what Write Your Own Destiny embodies, which is like your own unique journey, not trying to make yours what somebody else's is. So for me, it's always like self-checking and putting myself back in that space, and then hearing people like you who truly like love the brand, you know what I mean? Who really just like watched it grow. Like, damn, bro, I see the quality grow. I see this stuff. It's like, okay, people are really taking note of the little, like, small nuances, like the little change in quality, the tags, the little. They're like, damn, we see that. So I'm like, okay, cool. Because sometimes I'm thinking like, all right, this is just stuff I'm putting my pressure on myself to fix, because I think that's the level I'm supposed to be at, and maybe somebody not gonna notice it, but just for me, I think that's what I should do. But to hear y'all say like, okay, we see it, we see it grow. It's growing. People out, like, you know, oh, I seen somebody I didn't know wearing it. It's just like, okay, every little one person, every time I, you know, give away a sweater if somebody love it, you know, every little one thing is just starting to count. So it's just like a small add up of those things over the years. So hopefully it's one point where, you know what I mean, everybody is taken care of, and we could just do what we love, you know, wake up. Yeah, it's definitely a grind. I mean, like you said, going from Portugal to where you guys are now, growing and growing and growing. Of course, it's like a matter of time. It's probably worldwide. Yeah. So I can't wait to see everything when it unfolds. Yeah. I can't. Global. Yeah, I'm gonna say y'all global. I know y'all global for sure. I know y'all gonna be global for sure, but I can't wait to see everything unfold, from music worldwide to clothing worldwide. So, man, I appreciate y'all for just doing what y'all doing with, you know, putting out the music, putting out the clothes, and having somebody like me, a millennial, you know, look forward to. So I appreciate that, man. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you supporting us, taking the time to interview us, spreading the word for real. Because that's honestly like, out of any type of marketing that we could get, it's just somebody like you, for like genuinely, like you said, wearing your shorts to the pier, right, and making that moment. Whether you said something to that person or not, if he noticed you and you noticed him, it's just that small like reinforcement that y'all both got. Like, damn, you know, like, okay, somebody else knows. Like, you know what I mean? Like, know about it. Yeah, it's like, so it's y'all that's doing that. You know what I mean? Like, all I'm doing is just like having enough faith to put out my art, but it's y'all that's doing it for me or for us. You know what I mean? Like, it's y'all that's doing it for real. So thank you. I've been hustling all day, and I came a long way. I'm still focused on my grind, and I'm working overtime, cause I know it's gonna pay.
I've been hustling all day, all day,